What's up, everyone? Welcome to the most positive pop culture podcast of the multiverse Metalcore Nerds, the podcast that features members of your favorite bands as we explore their love of pop culture. I'm your host, Sean Mott, and this week I'm joined by Hunter of Psycho-Frame, Drowned Under Concrete, and of course, Moodring. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Very, very stoked to have you. You're very, very stoked. I know some of what you're into because I know you did a big Crunchyroll interview, so that's kind of an obvious thing. But I'm stoked to hear what else you're into.
I kind of botched that one. I won't lie to you. Like that's
Really?
one of my most botched interviews. Yeah, I feel like I gave like very basic answers on that. Not that like basic is bad, but he was like, "What do you like?" And I was like, Dragon Ball Z." You know, so like that's what he got out of me pretty much.
Well, was that
So,
like one of your first like interviews kind of thing?
I was just having a
Right?
weird day. No, I'd already done like full like album, press cycles
Okay.
at that point. There's some lore with the Crunchyroll stuff, so I was a little sour. Let's say that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Interesting.
lore. Yeah.
I wanted to ask, one of the singles off the new Moodring album, Cannibal, had an exclusive music video collaboration with Crunchyroll that had footage of Clevites.
hmm
And I want to know how did that come about? How did that happen?
I'm just gonna say it. It doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't matter. But the EP before this, Your Light Fades Away, those 3 songs only exist because they were for Attack on Titan, and then it didn't play out. So
What?
that was Alex at Crunchyroll being like, "Hey, let's still work together in some capacity and figure something out." So my super botched Crunchyroll interview, the one I'm referencing, was because I was still reeling from the Attack on Titan thing. I mean, like NDAs signed, like whole 9 yards. Like when the final season was supposed to be announced, it was supposed to be Moodring in the background. Yeah,
No way.
biggest letdown of you know ever. Those songs only exist for that reason. Like me and Austin, the guy I produce Moodring with, and one of my best friends, and obviously he works with me on Psycho-Frame sometimes too. We made those songs in 2 days because it came up and we went go.
So this was kind of them like being like, "Hey, this up to
Alex is a
you?"
good dude, and like they have to go through so many higher ups that
Of course. Yeah.
he was just like, this didn't work out, but let's do something cool. And I've seen since we did the Clevites AMV that they've done other ones too.
So you think there's going to be an opportunity for more in the future then?
God, I
A
hope
full
so.
intro?
Dude, he's offered me the rights to like so many like sick, like to use like so many sick old anime that like I'm into,
Oh.
like Serial Experiments Lane, Ergo Proxy, like old shit. I hope I'll put Moodring in a fucking like dope anime. Like I don't old new like whatever.
I feel like that's the new wave of, well, not totally, but there's been a very big uptick in heavy music and that kind of stuff in
It's
that
so
world, I think.
it's so weird how like mainstream is now. Like when I used to like literally like not tell people I liked anime because I was like, oh, they're gonna beat my ass. Growing up in a hardcore scene and being like, well, I like that band. They're like, you suck. Yeah, it's definitely super weird to like watch it become as mainstream as it has been. And I understand why some people are like, don't like that because they, got made fun of and whatnot. But at the same time, it's like I'm happy for anything that's doing well.
Yeah, it's the same stuff with like superhero stuff. I mean, when I was a kid, I was growing up watching, all of the cartoons, Batman, Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
X-Men, and stuff like that. And, that wasn't, even though those were very big shows, it wasn't popular to like that stuff until 2008, when The Dark Knight and Iron Man came out. Then it
100%.
kind of switched, now everyone likes it for the most part,
I just like a couple weeks ago rewatched the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy, and damn, bro, 3 is worse than I remember it being.
Oh, really?
But 1 is so much better than I remember it being.
Yeah, 1 is a banger.
I
One
think
is a
it's
banger.
my favorite
A
because
lot of people have that opinion.
dude. That's kind of surprising to me because obviously the Heath Ledger Joker is so fucking iconic. Can't remember the actor's name, but Homeboy as Two-Face is also just an insane dichotomy, and watching that happen. Movies differently now. I'm not so sure how I classify 1 as a deep superhero movie, but 2 is like a detective movie, and 3 it's war. So
Yeah.
it's very interesting. But yeah, no, I mean 1 is such a good movie because it stands on its own.
It is weird that Liam Neeson is Ra's al Ghul, but he is also an awesome Ra's al Ghul.
He's sick, yeah, dude.
He's really good.
They were like, "Fuck it, dude. Here's a mustache. You got this shit. Here's a Fu Manchu."
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Make it happen. It's okay. But yeah, those movies are the best. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's the same thing as happening with heavy music. It was
Biggest it's ever been. Yeah.
Turnstile was in Scream 7, and then they were on the season finale of Industry, an HBO show, in the same week. That's nuts. 2 different songs too. I was like, what is happening?
That's crazy. One of those things too where there's a bunch of discourse about it. Like they've moved out of like my wheelhouse and what I like, but from afar, am I very much happy for their gigantic success? Yeah, bro. Like it's just not my regular listening, you know. But
for sure,
dude, Pressure to Succeed and Step to Rhythm, those are like classics. So
putting hardcore on the map for sure. One of the bands doing it. It's cool. I don't know. Like even if you don't,
the joke forever in my local scene was that, or not joke, but it's always, I guess, like right, like Hatebreed is the biggest hardcore band ever. Not anymore. Not anymore.
No. Like if you
not
think
by
about
a long shot, that ceiling was shattered.
Yeah. Like if Hatebreed toured with Knock Loose, they would play under Knock Loose, 1,000%.
I've seen it
without a doubt.
yeah,
it's happened.
I've seen it in person.
Yeah,
I've seen the inverse too, and shout out Hatebreed. We played a fest when I was still touring, and I watched Knocked play, and then Hatebreed played right after, and it was a really bad feeling.
I had the same feeling when Knock Loose did that 18 Visions tour like years ago, and it was, I saw them 2 nights in a row. One night was the last Vanish show, which was sold out Palladium upstairs and downstairs, which Kubla Khan played the upstairs, and that was just fucked up because having 4,000 people try and fit in a 600 cap room upstairs doesn't work. But seeing Knock Loose play crowds that big for like the first time and just own it, and 18 Visions played after them. Oh, and the day after was an Every Time I Die Christmas show. So 3,000 plus people at these shows. And 18 Visions played after both of them, and it was like a bomb went off, and 18 Visions played the remnants of the bomb going off, and I was so stoked to see them because I think it was the first time I saw 18 Visions live, and I was like, I'm stoked, but everyone else does not care, and I am so bummed.
I have not seen them since their return. I saw them right before they broke up a long time ago. I like 2007 maybe.
Damn.
So they would have been touring the album 18V as well. I mean, they were like they were playing butt rock, dude. As a guy in a butt rock band, I'm allowed to say that. I like that album. I mean, I like Obsession, Vanity, and Ink obviously more, but it's a fun album. So I saw them then, but I have not seen them play any like since their like breakdowns are sick again. I haven't seen any of those shows. No, it's never lined up.
Fair. I mean, yeah, they play fests, and then like they'll do like a couple dates around the fest. So it's like if you're not near the fest, you're not
headline near it. Yeah. I'm in Atlanta now, so I'm sure they've like been through. I gotta be careful with what I roll out to. So
that's fair. That's very fair. I mean, they sound great live.
Yeah.
Still, like they sound fucking amazing, and it's the reason I love Obsession is because it's the perfect combination of metalcore and butt rock.
Dude, it's so sick.
It's the perfect.
I didn't dude. I got handed a mix CD when I was a kid on a school bus, and "You Broke Like Glass" was on that CD, like the song, and I was like, "Yo, is that Sully Erna from Godsmack singing on this?" And it wasn't until I got older and could make the connection that he was like super influenced by like Scott Weiland from Stone Temple Pilots that I was like, oh, like I get it. I still liked it. I was just like, damn, he's singing like that before the breakdowns. That's crazy. So
yeah, it's so cool.
It's fucking dope. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it so much. I want to get into what kind of started your love for TV, movies, video games, anything like that. Is there like a pivotal moment when you were younger that you were like, oh, I love this stuff?
So I'm like way more of a gamer derogatory now than I was when I was a kid. I grew up like super strict, kind of weird. Like I wasn't like a bad kid. I was a bad kid after I was framed to be a bad kid, essentially. And I was like, okay, you want me to be bad? Check it out. So I was like never really allowed to have video games, and if I did, it was like 2 console gens like behind, and I never had a good enough computer. When I got older and like on my own, I was like, yo, video games are fucking sick. Disassociating is awesome.
Right.
So movies, I guess I had grandparents who had just had obscene movie collections. They would if they went to Walmart, they go to those like big bargain bins, you know, like $5 DVDs, and they would just it was fucking crazy. I don't know if they thought like DVDs were gonna become worth a ton of money at some point or something. It was weird. It was like Pokemon scalping. It was super
Huh.
bizarre. But I'd watch everything. They'd go home, they'd watch it, they'd be like, good, bad, put it back on the shelf. And so, yeah, been watching cinema forever. So,
Is there any movies you had like on repeat when you were younger? Because that's like a fond memory of I have when I was a kid. Is there were just movies I just watched on repeat
oh, yeah. I
forever.
mean, my two big ones. I mean, I'm the adult that never grew up. It's Jaws and Jurassic Park, man. Like,
Fuck yeah.
sharks and dinosaurs. Matrix as well, a huge one for me.
The Matrix is the best.
Yeah, it's
So good.
fucking, it's so dope. It holds up.
It does. It holds up very well, I
went,
think. And
I went
also
back. Yeah.
Reloaded, sick movie. I think the second one is still sick. The third one,
Yeah. Well, dude, the second one they're like, you want him to be like all the way in? Here you go. Third one,
he's all the way in.
Yeah, he's literally. I remember when he started flying, I was like, I don't know about that, bro. And then later, I was like, okay, this is sick.
Because I rewatched them. I don't remember, like a few years ago, and I was just like, you know what? People talk shit about the second one. I was like, the second one's still fucking sick.
What else
I was like, I don't care.
do? You know?
Well, it was only supposed to be one movie, and then it became a phenomenon. They're like, make two more, film them back to back.
Giant underground rave like in Zion is fucking crazy. Like that's it's so sick.
It's the only one it is second to as far as raves is obviously the Blood Rave.
Blood Rave, yeah. I mean, yeah. I
feel
like that's such a cultural thing right now. It's like weird how that like one scene is so influential in alternative culture like currently.
There's Blood Raves.
Oh, Jamie's thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
I said that like I know him. Like, oh yeah, I don't know that guy at all. Yeah, no, yeah, but he's literally like going cross country doing Blood Raves. It's fucking nuts. The first time when I was working on, I guess like the Moodring material post Stargazer, a lot of people would be like Blood Rave. I'd be like, what? And it's like, are you referencing Blade? Like I haven't seen this movie in 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
And it's so weird being 5 years removed from those conversations, being like, oh, here we are. Like this was heating up.
I filled in for Lionheart in a European tour. Like,
so you played for 5 million people? That's crazy.
It was their first headliner tour, so it
was only like damn, people. Dude.
Still pretty big, but it was before they blew up in Europe. So not 5 million people, but it was still really cool. We played Paris, and it was like a nightclub. So when we played, we had to wait for the bus because it's in the city. The buses can't park in the city. They pick you up at like midnight. So that they let us leave our stuff in the green room. So we had to like walk around as this nightclub opened up after we had a hardcore show there. And as we go back in, it's full on nightclub. And I swear, I was like, the blood is about to start coming down from the ceiling. Like that's exactly what it felt like. The vibe was the same.
Walls were like fucking breathing. Yeah.
I was like, the blood is coming anytime. It didn't, but that's exactly what it felt like. And that was pretty cool.
That's fucking
awesome. That was pretty cool. But no, I did not play to 1 million people. Now they play to 1 million people. It's like actually the craziest thing ever. I played with them as they were breaking up, and then they got back together.
Right. Right.
Yeah. They broke up, and then like every band that breaks up, they get back together eventually.
I don't like it.
Just stay together. I don't know.
Take a break.
Yeah,
you don't even make a fucking announcement, dude. Like your fans,
especially when it happens like a year later, you're like,
the one that bothers me is Slayer. I don't know. Like, I'm just like, you made such a big fucking deal out of that.
They did.
Such a big deal. I know people, like, I have friends, like, in Florida and shit, and, like, promoters, like Mike Sierra, like, dude, he, like, he spent bread to be a part of their last show and shit, and I'm not going to speak for him, but if I were him, I'd be like, what the fuck? This is like when I went to the last Under Oath show at Janice Live, and what are we talking about, bro? Like, what do you mean you're back? Like, you took that away from me. I did things during that set that I would not have done had I known you were going to get back together. I said, all right, last time, people are going to die today to Under Oath. Sorry. It's fucking funny. I mean, it was a great show nonetheless, but it felt final. You know what I mean? Right. Like, it didn't need a reboot. So.
Damn. I guess I've never thought about bands breaking up from that perspective. Like people go to see this last thing because it's the last thing, like I'm never gonna see them again. And when they come back, like that is a bummer. That is a bummer.
Yeah, you're like, it's like you mourn something, and then it's like, wait a second. I'm not gonna say any band in particular, but most time bands come back, the music isn't very good, bro.
Usually not.
Subjectively, right? Like that's my opinion, and anyone can have their other opinion, but I've seldom are you like, I'm so glad you're back and recording music. A lot of bands like don't need to put out albums.
It's not like people are like living for album advances anymore. You make money touring. Just tour.
I do a little bit, but I mean, not as a band,
Fair.
just as making records. I'm like, damn.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But as far as like, like bands used to take
as
that
my band getting advanced, no.
Like that set them up for, years.
Sometimes. Well, yeah. Well, they're also like hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. Now I'm like,
yeah.
Now I'm like, I see 50 grand and I'm like, oh my God, So I'm like, this is crazy. I can't even put a fucking down payment on a house with that.
I know. It's fucked up.
Dude. And I'll spend most of it on getting the gear that we need to make the record. I'm doing a record for a big deathcore band, and I'm currently trying to figure out how to make it feel how they used to feel. Not like all the way, but because I don't want nostalgia bait, but I'm thinking about only giving the drummer click on the downbeat, so everything else he's floating, and he's just gotta stay where he's at, and then not like editing or quantizing anything like at all. I think that's the way, just to like keep him guessing and just like keep that like little bit of a panicked thing going on, like, and try to get that like drums falling down the stairs like thing back a little bit.
This is a good thing. I think it'd be cool to talk about with you. I think we live in a time in music and like TV and movies where we reached a point where everything needed to be perfect and almost sound like pristine and perfect. And now we're getting to a point where everyone's walking it back. A lot of movies and TV are doing a lot more practical stuff than they used to,
which is my favorite thing in the world.
It's amazing. It's the best. It always looks
literally
best.
My favorite shit.
That's in a lot of bands, they're trying to sound less polished, for lack of better term, less.
I don't even use amp sims anymore if I'm writing. I like not even at my desk, like it is going to be an amp. Like to the right of me, there's 11 heads. I'm plugging one of them in, it's going in. I might use a fake cab just so I don't have to mic a bunch of shit. But
yeah,
I want to like feel like how my pick hand responds to an actual amp and stuff like that. And I just realized we were just going down to this crazy rabbit hole. I mean, everyone knows it, but the pendulum in music it's swung crazy. I mean, touch on this so briefly. In culture, when something swings super like far right politically, naturally it'll swing left. We were very left, now we're swinging crazy right. So of course, music is doing the same thing. I mean, look at the dichotomy between something like I could just name any. I could name any like Zach Cervini, like Octane, like style thing, or like that LA sound. And I have tons of friends who do that sound too, and I'm happy for them. And then something like Discontent, where it's like collapsed to mono, basically almost. So it's fucking nuts. Naturally, when I mix, I'm like, I want this to sound good and natural, and if I have to bring in some type of reinforcement, I gotta bring in some reinforcement. And I'll have bands now be like, make it shittier. I'm like, you should have played shittier, like you played like this is you, bro. This is what you heard in the room, just a little better.
I hate some recordings that are like from the early 2000s or maybe earlier that sound like they're recorded in a basement. It's kind of hard to listen to for me, to be honest. I would
really?
like it to at least be audible.
There has to be a certain amount of charm to it. Yes. I think there's a big misconception on what is raw and what is overproduced. Let's bring up my buddy Andy Nelson, for instance. Like, fucking love Andy. He's so sick. He's not raw, bro. And you'll see he does the mass amount of like bigger hardcore. Like it's Andy. Those are good sounding recordings. It's hi-fi. Nothing about it is lo-fi. Is it real amps? Yeah. Is it real drums? Yeah. I don't know. That's such a weird thing. It's like you still go to Kurt Ballou. Like, you don't think that's produced? I mean, they're
Right.
not produced in the sense where he wrote your song for you, but produced in the
Right.
sense that he put time and effort into it.
I do think we live in this age too where people who don't do anything creatively, at least like from like a music standpoint, and they'll just say things
God, they
that they
talk
don't
so
really
much,
understand
bro.
what they're saying. You know what I mean? And I'm like, or even from like a show perspective or a tour perspective, people being like, why isn't there a local opener in this? Why isn't this show go to here? And I'm like, you could
Oh,
find
dude,
the answers.
you understand that well too. There's not a local opener because the fucking booking agent and or the headliner didn't want there to be, and they wanted to run a tight 4-band show. Like, don't get me wrong, especially with managing Frame when I'm not on the road, I love when there's a local, especially if they're a one of four. I'm like, fuck yeah, a local, because hearing Frame being the first band of the night sucks, dude. I've seen that with my own eyes, and I was like,
I
yeah,
saw it
dude.
too.
I was like, that sucks. Was it Spite?
Boundaries.
Boundaries. Okay. Little bit better on that tour.
A little bit.
A little bit better on that tour because they were just more popular than they were then. But
Yeah.
they're never supposed to be the first band of the night. Like, it just doesn't work because nothing is going to be faster, more abrasive. Like,
No.
it's as fast as and abrasive as it can get before you're like, oh, this sounds like fucking like Origin or something. Right now, there's a big thing where everyone's like, oh, I want Frame to have two guitarists again. I'm like, pay for it. Like, I want to have two guitarists again too. I also like need my friends to pay their bills and eat, and that's a little more important than like the last bit of my integrity.
Adding another person's, it's people might think it's simple, but that's quite a bit of money.
And like adapting to like someone new in your camp and stuff too is so hard. Like, it
Oh yeah.
is very weird. Like, we have a fill-in right now in Europe, and when he was here, I was like, oh, I don't know if he likes this. Like we are obnoxious people. I mean, Sugar's myself and Brandon alone are crazy, and then you add Coulter on top of it. It's like, oh, what the fuck, dude? This is a rough crowd, bro. Shooting on each other constantly. So if we're not talking shit to each other, like, we're not friends,
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
we do have in common as media. So
I do tell people, I'm like, because some people are like, you make fun of your friends quite a bit. And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's how you know I like them. I was like, if I'd said nothing to
100%,
them, you would know I didn't like them. I was like,
100%.
what kind of stuff are you into now? Like, what stuff are you watching currently?
I'm like really trying to convince myself. I don't know why this is, but undertaking the undertaking of picking out a new anime that you were going to watch all the way through seems like the biggest task in the entire world. Worse than like a live action TV series or something. I don't know why that is. I have opened and closed every app and you know the illegal ways so many times, being like, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna like go through like all the way through something because I'm kind of looking for inspiration right now too, and I'm generally gonna find that more than I'm like, all right, fucking Sopranos rewatch number 5, right?
Yeah.
Or or my Game of Thrones up until season 6 watch, right? Like, I'm having a lot of trouble with that. I've been playing a lot of video games, like, versus movies. But we need to. I will say this: my girlfriend was never super into movies. I swear to God, she had seen like 5 movies in her entire fucking life. Not great ones either.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
So recently we did the entire Christopher Nolan filmography, or reel. We did all of his. We did all of Denis. Denis is my goat.
He
Like,
is so good.
hands down. Bro can't miss.
No.
Knock on wood. Dune
Cannot.
3.
Impossible. I don't think he's gonna. I think that movie might be better than the second one. I think the second one is
dude,
unreal. I don't know. There's something I feel. I don't know.
His material he's working with is not better. Is the like, I don't. He's got a weird hurdle.
I think he's gonna change a lot of stuff. I think.
Do it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Do it,
we'll
man.
See.
So we went through all that, and she had this awakening moment where she's now watching Kino. She's seeing these things that are like things that you are like, you need to see in your lifetime. She has this realization. She's like, wait, like, I want to watch more like this, and I'm like, there's not. And she's like, what? I'm like, not really. So my thing that I am into more than anything in the world is like cosmic horror that like teeters on body horror, that is like practical effects, you know, mixed with CGI if it has to be. My favorite movie ever is Alien, right? And she wants to watch like a scary space movie. I hate to break it to you, there's like 5 good ones ever.
Yeah.
It's a bad genre, and it's such a sad thing to be like, you've seen the best one, you know, like.
Yeah.
So when we went through the whole Christopher Nolan like shit, she was like, I want more that feels like that. I was like, well, Denis is like close-ish and like it might be like it's different, right? They both can't fucking believe time and blue. They love blue and time.
And orange. They both also love orange.
That's true. I read something that Christopher Nolan is red-green colorblind.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I don't know if that was a bit. If it is, I bit on it because I was like, oh my god, it all makes sense. I was like, holy fuck, it all makes sense. Like
Yeah.
he's just trying to see it, bro. So that's fucked up. So we did that, and so I'm trying to like find her other stuff. I mean, there's obviously tons of other amazing movies. We were going through Alex Garland's after because I was like, this is still high fucking quality. I mean, she had never seen a lot of it too. You know, she had never seen 28 Days or anything like that. And I'm just basically showing her like every like good popular movie ever made that isn't. It's like I guess that's like the cliff notes of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She doesn't like Dune, and it's like making me like hurt inside.
My wife loves Dune, and it makes me so happy. She also loves Dune. If she didn't, I think it would be such a bummer for me.
Well, dude,
I think she likes it more than I do, which is crazy.
Dune 1, I was like, cool. Dune 2 made me go, fuck, Dune 1 is amazing. Like, it made it so much better. I truly believe that it should have the cultural impact on this generation that Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings, had on ours. It's not, but
no.
Dude, I can't believe it. There's so much lore. There's so much to dig into. It's honestly like an overwhelming amount of shit if you like really want to get into it. So
it's so much stuff. I showed my friend, one of my closest friends, I showed him Arrival because he's never watched Arrival.
Oh my fucking god, dude!
It blew his fucking mind, and I was like, "This is the exact reaction I hope you had," and I'm so happy.
Dude, the first time I watched Arrival, I just wept. And it's like, it was more sad to me than it should have been. Also, there you go again, fucking Denis. Here's blue in time. Dude, that is. I tell people all the time that's probably a top 10 favorite movie for me of all time, and they literally are like, really? And I'm like, did you not see what I saw? Like, that shit was incredible. Whereas my band would say incredulous. So I cannot believe that movie, man.
Yeah, oh god, I love that movie so much. I was so happy to rewatch it. I was like, I want to rewatch it, and he's like, I've never seen it, and I was like, okay, we're doing this then.
If someone tells me they haven't seen it in front of me, I'm literally like, we're watching it right now. I'll watch it over and over again. It's not a hard watch.
No, not at all.
So
it's the same with Interstellar. I was like, I'll watch that because it gets better the more you watch it. It literally gets better. Like, it's fucked up. Movies should not work like that. That it actually gets better the more you watch it. And you can watch it like 10 times, and you're like, I already thought this movie was perfect. Maybe it's better than perfect. I don't know.
I think we just did our third Interstellar rewatch, and it's now becoming comical to me. We signed a bunch of these we signed a bunch of these posters the other day. Or not the other day, I guess it was months ago now, and we just had this gold marker, and we kept writing fake Interstellar quotes on them. So some guy out there has one that just says, Murph, I'm behind the books, Murph. One has, Murph, I'm stuck in space, Murph. And they're just like, what? So now, like, every time, Matthew McConaughey talks in that movie, I'm fucking laughing. I can't watch it anymore. I still think it's a fucking incredible film. I love it. I understand why it's mixed the way it is. Like, you're not supposed to hear him talk because it's fucking hilarious. So I saw Dunkirk for the first time maybe like 3 weeks ago. Not my favorite, but I was like, why am I about to have a panic attack? Like, I was sitting there and I was like grabbing up. I was all hot and grabbing at my neck and stuff and trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. And then I was like, dude, Hans Zimmer has been fucking ticking a clock this entire fucking time. I didn't catch it. Subconsciously, I caught it. And I'm just like, fuck, 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 fuck. You know, like something bad is happening. That's the shit I like.
Oh yeah, that I love a good clock motif that they work into the sound that you like it sticks with you so bad, and it like exactly what you said, you're just like stressed the fuck out.
I didn't even
And you almost
realize
don't
it.
even know why. And then you're like, "Oh my god, there's a clock." That's why like, you're like,
Yeah.
"Jesus." He's making like it's and stuff like that is like it's so incredible the like thought process they put into it. There's so many like cool things on Instagram I see of how they lay out shots and why they do it to make you feel a certain way and to view it a certain way. And I'm like, this stuff is so fucking genius. Like it's such a fucking work of art that I think none of us will really truly comprehend it at a
No,
level that some of these people operate.
100%. I 100%. You know who I fuck with and I think is like could be my favorite if he actually does more movies because it takes him fucking 9,000 years to put out a movie is Brandon Cronenberg. That dude,
Dude,
that's my shit. As I mentioned my interest earlier, he hits them he shoots them in the face, bro, and I'm like, yes. He's so sick.
because he did Possessor, right?
He did.
Dude, that movie fucking blew my mind because I
So good.
watched Infinity Pool and then that came up. Well, I was like, what else has this guy done? So then I saw that and that was on Hulu too. And I put that on and I was like, this movie is so fucking insane. It's like body
Dude, yeah,
horror Matrix, kind of. It's
dude, it's so
so
sick.
fucking nuts.
It's so
That
sick.
movie's incredible. Fuck.
I love Infinity Pool too. I think it's really unnecessarily hated on.
That movie was rad.
I don't really know why it's hated on so much. People think it's pretentious. Maybe I like pretentious movies. I love a slow burn. If you give me something that's gonna take forever to do its thing, like so Coulter is super into Yorgos Lanthimos, and I I wasn't, and then he had me watch ironically Killing of a Sacred Deer, and what a fucking weird ass slow burn. I loved it, bro. I fucking love
That
that
movie is
shit.
so weird.
It's so weird. It's so sick. He definitely shot him on purpose. I don't like movies that feel good. I like things that feel terrible.
I mean, I like a good feel good movie, but usually it's the movies I like that are feel good the most are the ones that make you emotional about it, where it says something real, but it still makes you feel good.
Right.
But then I'll also love a movie that completely just dismantles my brain and
I want
says,
to sit
"Fuck
there
you."
and be like, what the fuck? Dude, funny fucking story about Death Fetish, like the album actually. So Austin and I, the thing that we do, and I'm sure every night after a long session, and especially because I was like newly diagnosed and shit, and I was like really not trying to be alone with my thoughts. We were finishing the day up. We go upstairs. We watch a movie. That's when we watch Possessor. That's when we watched, and I don't even know if Infinity Pool was out yet, but maybe around that time. And I started digging deeper into things like that. And eventually, I was like, all right, man, you want your brain fucked up? Let's do this. We watched Ava, like Neon Genesis Evangelion. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. His flight was at 5 a.m. And I was like, you have to watch End of Evangelion before you leave. I was like, you have to watch it as a movie. I truly believe this is one of the best movies ever. Animated movies, like outside of like Satoshi Kon stuff, I do think it's the best. On the flight, he just texted me, he goes, what the fuck did you do to me? And I was like, my bad, bro. Like, I was like, think about it. So
Damn.
that's my shit.
I've admittedly never gotten into it because it to me there's so many different ways to like watch it. I'm kind of like overwhelmed by that. But I have a really good friend who's like obsessed, like loves it so much.
I don't know anyone who's you either have seen it and you're like, it's not for me, or you see it and you're like, well, this is my fucking personality now. There's really
Yes.
no in between. I've never heard someone go, it's okay. If you do want to watch it, I highly recommend just like getting like Blu-rays of what's called the Platinum Edition. It has if you want to watch it dubbed, that's the right way. Dude, the Netflix shit is fucked. They fucked it.
Of course.
The dialogue needs to be what the dialogue was. So, and hot take, I don't speak Japanese, so if an anime has a good dub, I'm watching the dub. Like I don't need to read at the same time. And I understand things get lost in translation, obviously, but I don't speak Japanese.
I am watching the current season of Jujutsu Kaisen and I am behind because I'm waiting for the dub.
I like, oh dude, people are gonna fucking crucify me for this. I love the JJK dub. Like, I
It's sick.
love Yuji's voice, Gato's voice especially is so sick. Um,
Yeah.
I don't like the Japanese one in comparison. I'm still
It's
watching.
it's weird because I've watched some subbed, like the last season of Attack on Titan. We watched that subbed because we
Yeah,
were just like, we want to watch it now. We're just gonna watch it. I
we
don't care.
waited. We waited. I was salty.
Wow.
I was salty, so I was like,
That's fair. Yeah, you had a
it took
very
it took
personal
it
time
took
to that.
everything from me. So
Yeah,
I was
that's
being
understandable.
dramatic. I was being
Yeah,
dramatic.
that's understandable. And that one was fine. But there's some that I've watched. I started with the dub and then tried to watch the sub after, and I'm like, I can't. It doesn't work for me. I was like, I don't believe it. Like, there's a weird disconnect in my brain where I'm like, but like I can watch like a Studio Ghibli movie either anytime.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah.
also
That's
their
also
dub
just such
cast,
a high quality, bro. Like, I
their
mean,
dub casts are fucking insane. Like Howl's Moving Castle has Christian Bale, like and Billy Crystal. Like
I didn't
that's
know that.
fucking
That's
crazy.
fucking crazy.
Christian Bale's Howl.
Oh my, what?
Yeah,
Now that you say it,
isn't that crazy?
now that you say it,
That's what I mean. It's like the dub is the most insane people you could ever imagine that would ever do it, and you're like, oh,
they've got the
that's why it
budget.
works.
They've got the budget for it, man. I really want to get into a new anime. I just committing to it is so fucking crazy. It literally feels like you're like entering a short term relationship. It's so hard.
Yeah,
I have hit an episode 1 of so many things and just been like, I'm looking at my phone. And I don't want to be like that. I like want to give something my full fucking attention.
yeah.
So
Have you watched Gotcha Kuta yet?
that's the one I'm trying like really hard to get into right now.
It's a little
Ever
over the top, but it's pretty fucking cool.
I know it's dystopian, so I should like it. And I don't know what I need. I need people. I need to not have anything like on my plate to do or something, and not be in the middle of rolling out an album and recording another one and building a studio or something. But maybe my girlfriend like goes like sees like her friends on vacation, and that's when I'll just go. I'm gonna lock the fuck in. You know, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
See with like JJK and like the big shonens, like she's like, hey, it's out. We're watching it. I'm like, okay. I love JJK. Do not get me wrong. You fuck with Hell's Paradise?
I have not watched that. It's weird. I like when the big anime boom happened. Kind of, my wife and I got back into it because we were like, big like Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Pokemon kids. And
Dude,
then once that boom kind of happened,
still collect Pokemon. Like that's like what I
fuck
do
yeah,
for fun. Yeah.
it's awesome. And then we got back into it, and then we kind of fell off. We were mostly into the bigger ones, but
Yeah.
there was some side ones we watched. Like we watched season 1 of Tokyo Revengers, which was fucking so sick. But then by the time we went to watch season 2, we were so confused what's going on. We're like, I think we need to rewatch season 1.
I watched the whole thing. It's the quality.
Does it dip? Fuck. Season 1 was so sick.
You know what I'm so good on? A fucking crying protagonist who's like gonna get strong. I'm fucking done with that trope, bro. I'm so done. JJK is sick because out the gate, Yuji's dope.
True.
Episode 1, they're like, I heard he throws that fucking like they're like, oh, I heard he's the quote like he's the reincarnation of Mir Crocop, and I'm like, bro, Crocop isn't dead, dude. So that line, made me laugh. He's just dope out the gate. He's going through his I hate everything and I'm too weak now. He had the reverse arc, but I'm down to seeing someone like have stuff taken away from them versus being like,
yes,
I got mad enough. Now I'm dope. So.
And what's cool with Yuji too is like when there's like emotional moments, they feel like earned emotional moments. Not like this dude's just crying for no reason. You're just like, oh no, that was
Shibuya incident fucking hurts. Hurts. Actually hurts. I read it and I was like, damn, that hurt. But when I was seeing it, was different.
That shit is brutal. I was like, what am I watching? I was like, is this really happening?
Just that giant crater, and he's like, oh my like this happened like through me, dude. Yeah.
Dude, so brutal.
Like that responsibility, like I can't imagine that. I barely can be responsible for myself. So
dude, not at all. Not at all.
Have you read past where the anime is? By any chance?
No, I don't read manga because I know when they adapt it, it's going to be the same. And for some reason that bothers me. Like I read a lot of comics, and usually the comics are vastly different unless it's like Invincible, and so usually I don't. If they're going to be the same,
yeah,
I don't. Yeah,
I'm backwards. I read manga, but not so much comics. Obviously, Absolute Batman's like this like massive cultural phenomenon. I have been buying and collecting Absolute Batman.
I need to
It's
start
just so
those.
it's sick. Well, dude, they just did that fucking Chainsaw Man alternate cover too. I need that, bro. Like I'm putting it on my wall. What do you mean it's Batman Chainsaw Man? That's cool as fuck.
I've also been reading books, so that's
Same.
put my comics at a back burner.
Where I'm trying to make up for what I like not existing in cinema, I've been trying to find it in literature, like books.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, that makes sense, actually.
You know that Netflix series Dark? Turns out it's a book and it's way fucking better.
It's better?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's better. Yeah.
I watched season 1 and it was awesome, but you need to pay attention so fucking hard. I was like, I can't.
So hard. Dude, book goes crazy.
I'm going to read the book now, and then I'll watch it after.
I'm trying to like gain a lot more control of like my own surroundings and like my own whatever I'm dealing with health wise or mentally and stuff. So I've been like reading a bunch of books on like, like Taoism and stuff. So, but I'll go from that to like just mindless bullshit, immediately. And it's just, it's a nice balance. Like, so we'll watch something like super serious and then we'll go straight to Marvel slop and then we'll go right back to the serious shit. Like you need the palate cleanser. It's like having like ginger on a plate of sushi or something.
Have you heard of Jury Duty?
Heard of, not watched.
So Jury Duty is basically, it's like filmed in the style of The Office because it
I have. Bro, actor from fucking
James Marsden.
Sonic. Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, yes, I have seen this. Damn.
There's a second season coming out. I got to see, well, I've seen 6 out of 8 episodes, but I got screeners for it. And it's called Jury Duty Presents Company Retreat. And it's the same thing. And if people didn't watch Jury Duty, I fully implore you to. And the basic premise is this dude is doing jury duty and it's all a fucking act. Everyone's acting besides one guy. And I think it is some of the producers of like The Office or something like that. And that's why like it feels so much like how they filmed The Office.
It's
and
dry.
then
Hurts.
Yeah. And this new season, it's the same thing. It's all fabricated and there's one guy who's not in on it, but it's a company retreat. And it's this like, it's called Grandma's Rocking Hot Sauce or something. And he becomes like a temp assistant for one of like the higher ups in it to help with this company retreat. And then they go on this company retreat and it, like everything is fucking insane. One of the lines he says in it is like, "This is too crazy. Like a TV show couldn't even write this stuff." And I'm like, bro, wait until you find out.
Dude. Dude.
I'm sitting here like working, like watching it on my other screen and like laughing out loud at it. That's how funny this fucking show is. I don't usually do that. It's so fucking good.
Did you watch The Paper?
Yes, I did.
Thoughts?
It was good. I'm glad they didn't try too hard to make it feel like The Office. And I love Donald Gleason.
He's sick. Yeah.
And it had like the vibe of it without trying to copy it, and I thought it was cool. I feel like it got majorly slept on, obviously, because it's on Peacock and they dumped it all at once. But I thought it was
signed
solid.
it for 2 more seasons already.
Oh, that's awesome!
Like immediate, like after the first episode aired.
I'll watch more of that any day.
I want more people to watch it. I just don't want them to go into expecting to feel like The Office. Like I don't really think you can make TV like The Office anymore. We were watching it again the other day, and I was like, "Damn, they're saying some crazy shit." I was like, "You can't do this anymore."
No,
and I'm not the guy who would die on that hill. I just think that comedy should be comedy, and like context is everything, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I felt myself invested in the relationships, and was like, "Oh yeah, cool." Like I like this if I care about if this XYZ variable happens. Also, just anytime Oscar was on screen, I was like, there he is.
My man.
Yeah, dude. Funny motherfucker. Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I'm actually really happy you brought up like stuff that like, it's like the palate cleanser or something, or it doesn't need to be the best thing ever. Because I feel like that's such a thing nowadays where people either say something is like amazing or it sucks and there's no middle ground.
Oh, it's perfect or it's slop. Like, no, dude.
Yeah.
Like have you ever heard of Context? Like it's like it's especially so weird that people are like that who like things that are intentionally bad good. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like you should be the person who understands this. I don't know what the fuck people want anymore, and I need to
Neither.
I need to stop reading it entirely. It was a sad thing that I knew that Psycho-Frame was doing well when it became divisive out of people saying things that didn't make sense. It wasn't like, oh, I just don't like deathcore, fuck deathcore. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, same. It was like comments that just made zero sense whatsoever. They'd be like, oh, this band like doesn't have technical riffs. And I'm like, that is inadvertently a lie. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, you're lying for fun. Like, I'm hurting for this.
Yeah.
Like, I am better at guitar than you and your whole family combined. Everyone in this band is. Fucking Mike Sugars probably is. You know, he can't even play
Probably.
guitar. The need for people to be heard so loudly right now is so fucking crazy because I don't feel that way. Like, I only like being perceived when I'm like, hey, I have this thing I want you to listen to. And if you like it, that's great. If you don't, shut the fuck up. You know?
Yep.
So it's wild, dude.
It's crazy because I got kind of the reputation of the guy who likes everything ever since I started this podcast and started reviewing stuff or something like that. And it was mostly because it's like I don't like to talk about things I don't like. I just don't. That
I
does not bring
don't.
me joy.
Why would I? If someone asked me if I like saw a movie and I didn't care for it, that's generally what I say. Oh, I didn't care for it, but you might.
Yeah.
If it's
Wasn't
fucking
my fault.
terrible, I'll be like, it's not good. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm not going to give you a dissertation on why I didn't like something. It's the same thing with music. There's so much music that isn't for me. That's fine, bro. Definitely not going to go out of my way to talk shit about it. And I'm not even a member of the Let People Enjoy Things club. I'm just not going to give it the time of day if I think it's that bad. That is peace, my friend. That is called having inner peace. And when I discovered that, and I didn't have to be such a, I'm trying so hard to stop being such a actually ass motherfucker that when I find that place of like zen, for a lack of better words, I'm like, oh, this is what they're talking about. You know, just not giving a fuck about anything else going around you besides like what you care about, and it is liberating.
Yeah, I feel like I still need to be better at that, but I definitely
it's a constant struggle because the world is loud.
Yeah. Yes, and the people who hate things are the loudest.
The loudest.
They are the loudest.
The small minority is always the loudest. So.
Yep. That's why I hate when people are like, it's so divisive. And I was like, no, the people who hate it are just fucking talk about it more. I was like, Jesus. It's like, come on. That's not real. I was like, the internet isn't fucking real.
It's literally not. And I ran an experiment recently with a particular tour, and I just didn't tweet it. And I was because I was like, oh, let's see what happens. Never heard a fucking word about it. Fucking word, not from anyone.
That's crazy, actually.
Just didn't post it on X. If you remove that place from your life and don't read fucking the terrifying comments that are on Facebook, your life is so peaceful, bro.
I try to do it less and less. I've been mostly of the I've been trying to be more of the post and ignore. I've been trying to do that. Just post it. Whatever happens, I don't care.
Straight up, I do not read comments. I do not read anything. If someone like messages me to be like, hey, I like this, or why'd you do that? I love the response. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, let's talk. I hang out in the both bands Discords all the fucking time, and it's essentially a 24/7 Q&A, unless like unless we're clowning. So, and there's like, you know, thousands of people in both. So, but yeah, when we post stuff, I'm not reading something. Last Moodring single, one of the first comments I saw was, "Is this real or AI?"
Jesus Christ.
And I went, "This is why I don't do this." Like, brother, there's not even fucking drum samples on this. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I think that's the other thing too, is that people will just blatantly say things again that they don't understand. They'll just be like, "This must be AI, right?" And you're like,
"No,
can you just fucking think for a second,
dude? I don't even know how to use AI. That's so far out of my wheelhouse. They're trying to build like 15 data centers around my house right now. I'm panicking. I'm like, yo, we're about to not have water. Like you know,
for real.
I'm not contributing. So
yeah, fuck that.
This was fucking dope. Nice change of pace, and I love actually getting to talk about movies and stuff. And I wish we wouldn't have got stuck on Christopher Nolan for so long, but
I'm a big Christopher Nolan guy myself, so I understand, and that's probably why it happened.
Denis needs his flowers, though,
Denis.
dude. More people need to.
I agree. I love Denis.
I need to say this. I think Prisoners is one of the best movies ever made. Like
that movie, out. I agree,
dude.
I 100% agree. Before you get out of here, can you please let the people know what you got going on, where they can find you?
Yeah, Moodring drops our second LP called Death Fetish on March 27th. There's some other music videos and stuff coming out that are really cool that Ollie from Static Dress shot, and he's an amazing director, and you should watch it because he fucking snapped, and we did all those videos in my living room, and you cannot tell because they're fucking crazy, and he drowned me outside my house. Yeah, I think for all the cinema we talked about, I think those videos deserve a watch. And so that album comes out March 27th. Super personal to me about the shit I've been through the last 3 years, and I'm still going through. And if you love it or you hate it, I hope it's listened to. Psycho-Frame is on tour right now in Europe for the next month with Body Snatcher, Ingested, and Big Ass Truck. And a lot of those shows are selling out. So if you're in Europe, I would get tickets. I'm gonna make a new Psycho-Frame record in like a week. It's not gonna come out this year.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's about
exciting
it.
and exciting, and we have to wait for it, but it's good to wait for things. I think it's good.
We have to teach them the wait again. So
true that. And if you somehow don't follow Hunter and all of his stuff, I'll link everything down below.
Super easy, just at Hunty, Young Hunty with an I on everything.
And if you want to support the podcast, it's just at metalcorenerds.com. All our links there in one easy place. If you want to follow me on my personal account, it's just at SeanXMott on Instagram and Twitter. Until next time, see you later, nerds.